Wait, what button is the cape?
R.
Oh,
Oh,
I've
oh,
mapped that
hey,
to
check that
something
out. There's a
else.
run button.
Yeah, don't let that mess you up.
Okay, that explains a lot.
And we are live.
Woohoo.
So we're still going to start with Ardy.
Yeah, we're still. The first match will be Ardy, and then we'll do Aladdin, and then Ardy again.
Just to mix you guys up as much as possible.
Hmm?
So the parachute tapping is preserving forward speed, not height.
Makes
Or
it
is it-
glide farther. That's what it's for.
It's preserving height.
Yeah, and I think that there's an advantage to fluttering it, to mashing the button, or maybe you need a certain rhythm. But I usually see people like. I mean, I think I've seen in the task they get extra distance by hitting the button a lot or something. I could be wrong. What the heck?
Oh, you son of a...
Oh, no health refills at the end of the stage.
Where's the Skype indicator?
Skype indicator is huge.
I know I'm screwed up this scene layout. I screwed it up.
I can't get used to having a run button again.
What is it? Pulse?
Does Abu do anything?
I don't know.
In later levels, I think he does, but he's not important in these first 3 levels.
It's kind of cool that he's there, following you around.
This thing just blew away the window IDs. What the heck? XSplit's scene finding thing is so, or it's XSplit's layout thing is just so weird. There we go.
I love this troll guy in the window with no tell as to when he's going to retract
Oh,
back inside.
He gets me every time.
I wonder if he's on a global timer.
I think he is, as best I can tell. Which means you just need to be globally ever so slightly faster.
So how's the audio mix? Do you guys hear the Skype and hear me okay? I mean the people who are in the audience. And I should add a little music for us too. How nice.
You're just in
So we
time
can
for
listen
some.
to Last Christmas some more?
Right.
Well, right now we got Katamari.
No, 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 no.
All right.
Confirmations that audio is good.
That's good. Time to make it bad. Oh.
Oh hey, that was actually a pretty good level. That was
Arrowed.
really? Alright.
Oh, I saw that.
It's gonna be that kind of game. I get it. Really?
Right. Giving it away. Giving away free advice.
Yeah, when I first got there, I was like, this can't be the intended solution, right? They don't expect me to... And then I finally got, like, you know, you get to the second and the third area, you're like, all right, I can do this. I could do this. And then you're like, why isn't it over yet? Why am I still going? 8,
Why?
9, 10...
Stop!
It never ends.
It's pretty brutal.
Yeah. Oh, I think the audience is in for a treat when we get to that hole.
I'll keep an eye out for anyone that falls directly through an arrow. Make sure
It
everyone
happens to me
sees
so
just how...
often.
Yep. That's totally a thing. It's one of those
Oh,
things
I
where
would have.
it might sound like a cheap player excuse, like, oh, it lagged and it ate my input or whatever. Oh, I fell right through that. Did you see it? But it's totally, you fall right through it. That's what happens.
Especially when after you've fallen and you're trying to land on one of the other ones, you're even more likely just to fall through.
I would have given my entire kingdom for something that could actually show me what the hitboxes on those spears are. Ultimately, I concluded that those hitboxes must be kind of like, you know, probabilistic electron clouds, where
They could be anywhere within this area.
right.
Sometimes even when I fall, the spears don't even hit me or hurt me at all. It's like, huh.
No, we joke, but I wonder sometimes if the hitboxes aren't actually somewhat frame dependent.
I don't know. I don't know what causes it. I don't know if it's something to do with Ardy's movement or if it's something with the spears themselves. Maybe they just have like a 1 pixel hitbox, and so if at any point you fall more than 1 pixel per frame, it's just like, well, you were on top and now you're on the bottom, so down you go.
I am totally not splitting on this. Alright, this is a cool game, once you kind of get the hang of it. Got like a nice rhythm. Ooh, what's this thing?
Oh, the Scarab. I don't know where I'm pulling this memory from, but I think you play like a bonus game if you...
Yeah, there's like a bonus game or something, or there continue. I can't remember.
Huh.
Does this bonus game warp you to the 3rd level by chance?
No, it probably just eats up a bunch of your time.
It gives you extra lives, I think, from what I can remember. All I know is I got to Cave of Wonders and then quit. Because the carpet ride was too hard.
Yeah. We won't be playing that one. Some auto-scroller fun.
It was like the Lion King with I'm gonna be the king. That stupid giraffe riding level or whatever it was.
You ride an ostrich. You jump over the giraffes and roar at the monkeys.
This archer is too good. Please remove him.
I had a
Yeah,
weird
beat
thought about what if
the
we
goal.
gave you guys hacked ROMs.
That's good enough.
To do what?
Just be like, now, you know, it's Aladdin, but we hacked it so he has a double jump or something really weird.
Oh, I see.
I'm sure a lot of us wouldn't even notice. And we'd go to play the rest of the game and be very disappointed. Uh,
Hagspam has a supporter in chat.
Have one person. I win.
Hagspam fans. Ban, I mean. Bonus games. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do for the bonus game yet. I haven't decided.
Okay, finally beat that level without getting hit. Do it again.
I vote Lion King.
Vote Lion King. All right. I still have the one with the very low life total. I didn't remake the save state to add more life, so that would be a challenging bonus game at least.
Maybe you can quickly find that Buster Bust loose.
Yeah, no, I could. But no, that's actually a good goal. I want to use that for something else. I mean, that's a good game for making
Yeah.
rules. I've got, I mean, Lion King might work. We could do that. It would fit with the Disney theme.
Yeah, I like it.
Or I could give you guys Chuck Rock. I'm considering that too.
No!
I couldn't tell if that was a no to your game or a no to Chuck Rock.
Probably both.
Yes! I can't grab this ledge. Seriously, Aladdin, what is wrong with you?
He's waiting
There
for
it is.
Jasmine to grab it. Oh. That last archer, man.
Oh my god.
At the end of
I
level
always
3?
jump into the same archer. Fuck.
So you guys have about another 30 minutes still?
Yeah, a little more than, yeah, a little over. I think it was like 38 or something, 338 when I got the new goal up.
And it looks like most of you guys are getting through the levels, so...
Eat it, Archer.
Yeah, this game has been, or this goal I think was used once for a mystery race at some point, but or for a mystery match, but it,
Yeah, it was Blecky.
yeah, I'm trying to remember.
It was
who
Blecky's first loss, I think.
Blecky's first loss. Oh, it's a monumental, it's a historic occasion.
Let's go ahead and use our fancy schmancy site.
And he even he even had extra practice time because he gave up his match time. To
Oh, it was that one.
Oh, that was the
Yes.
one where, yeah.
He's like, alright, I got my Sparkster time. Time to go play Aladdin.
Wait. No, wait, it looks like he beat Jaden.
Ah.
He lost to him in the last Sparkster match. The extra, extra practice time might have helped.
By the way, before I forget, I looked up what the task times on the two main goals were. and they were about 230 and 320.
230 and 320. Okay.
It does some stuff in the pyramid. You probably
It does
won't be
stuff
able
in
to look
pyramid.
at
It does stuff in underground as well.
Yeah.
But really, those are only like maybe 10 seconds. Most of it's just crazy execution that you could never quite get by hand. I just ran right past the sheet.
You just don't want to speedrun. It's okay.
Well, I even took the time to get up on the stall that you need to get on to get to the sheet, and then yeah, just right on forward. Oh, the guy.
Oh, looks like Chuck Rock's getting some support. So maybe it will be Chuck Rock. You can thank Mikey for that.
Mikey!
Actually, I'm going to change one of the Ardy goals to a Chuck Rock, if you don't mind.
Show of hands if you would be upset by that.
I don't see any hands. Looks like it's approved.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Stream 2 is black, which is that intentional or not?
Not really, no.
Not intended to be
It's
black.
black for me too.
These guys are so mean. When they hit you, they just laugh.
Is it
You're a
really
street
black?
rat.
Yep. Does it appear to be on your preview window?
Yes.
It looks fine in your preview window, but it's coming through black on Hitbox. You might try bringing the stream down, then back up again. Weird problems.
Maybe I should use more of my apples.
Seriously, what is the trick to grabbing the sledge?
I think there's a way to avoid having to go that way entirely.
Wait, what?
There we go. It's up now. Thank you.
Is there's got to be runs of this game on YouTube, right?
Yeah, there's a link in the page that has it.
Mhm.
The 103-ish. The 1803-ish.
Oh, look at that crazy leaf flutter. Or not leaf.
Might as well.
Thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking Wind Waker here. Do better. Try next time I'm in that level.
Ah! That turned
No!
Oh.
So if my stream ever appears to be down, just tell me.
Okay.
I can restart it.
Yeah, everything looks great at the moment.
Ah!
This is a fun game. Unfortunately, I don't think... I'm not sure if this would ever be usable as a main game, just because if I remember correctly, there's a lot of auto-scrollers in it, not just the lava escape.
Yeah, there's the I can show you the world one.
Right.
Can't remember what else there is, but there's more than just one.
Yeah, I seem to remember when I was making up, at least this goal for it, I was trying to find other places to use, and it was just like, oh, perfect stage, oh, but then there's an auto-scroller right after it. Now another great stage, oh, another auto-scroller. Like, there are some games where I wish that, like, I could get someone to make a ROM hack that just takes the good levels and sticks them side by side. There's a whole bunch of games that would be a lot more useful if we could just reorder the levels somehow.
I wonder how doable that is.
I don't know. I actually think an easier way to do it would be if I did it all programmatically using the Lewis script. Like you could detect when the end of level trigger happens and have it load a second save state. And I think you can do all that without restarting the recording. But like the Lewis script would actually just warp you around when it beats the level. It would load the save state for the next level you're supposed to do.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think
It might
that's
be
possible.
confusing to watch. I don't know.
Well,
Not
yeah,
really, I guess,
maybe.
depending
If
on
people
how
are
it's
really familiar with the game, they might not understand how you're jumping around from level to level, but until we explain it. But
Lucky in chat letting us know that Arnie the Great made a Lewis script to randomly load Yoshi's Island levels.
well, that's neat.
Yeah, I'm not sure it'd be that hard, because it seems like... I guess it depends a little bit on the game's programming, but you would probably be able to, for the most part, just be able to, like, say, oh, this warp goes to this scene number instead.
Right. Well, if you were going to go through the trouble of, you know, on a game-by-game basis, like figuring out how the level loading works, I'm sure you could just set memory, like at the end of the level, you know, set the memory address for, you know, something so that it'll load the next level to be someplace you're not supposed to. But that requires a lot of really specific knowledge about the game. It would be much easier if you just had save states for the levels you wanted to start at, and some little thing that loaded them automatically.
You could tie it into the script where when you split, it loads the next stage.
Yeah, it's true, except then the person gets the next stage loaded early if they split early.
So
I would still have to have some sort of, you know, I would still have to poke at the memory or peek at the memory and check out what, you know, when the screen transitions happen, you know, there must be some trigger that's easily detectable.
Then the second stage is hard.
You can just look for lag frames.
Look for the lag frames. Yeah, I mean, they could also, I can also test pixels, so I can look for when the screen goes black. As soon as the screen's all black, load the next state. That would be easier than trying to find a memory address that tells you that a screen transition is happening.
The problem with both of those is that not all games have black transitions, and not all games have lag frames and just transitions.
Yeah, there's no easy way to do it so that it works the same way for every game. You would have to either, you know, go memory searching, you know, for the game specifically, or you'd have to pick games that always have fade to black transitions if and only if you're beating the level.
So when Aladdin is hanging on an edge, your two options are climb up or fall straight down?
As opposed to falling to the side?
Or you like jumping, half jumping?
Can you even fall down?
You can.
Or you just press down on the D-pad or something?
Yeah, it's just like with the spinning things, you can fall down.
Right.
You don't have to jump. So if you accidentally grab one, you just press down. Get up there.
It looks so silly when you're sliding down the zip line and the monkey's like hopping on top of it. Like, hey, you forgot me. Oh, I guess he's running on the rope. He's like running along the rope after you.
Abu wants to play with you too.
Do you actually use him for anything?
So much lag right there.
He picks up items, right?
I can't remember what he does.
I'm trying to think of what he's actually doing that helps you. I think that he picks up items, and you probably use them at different spots to like trigger switches or something.
I think there's like one level where you actually rely on him, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Somewhere in the game I thought that you use him for puzzles, but you don't really control him. It's just if you stand in the right spot, he'll do some sequence action.
He touches the big diamond in the cave, so you have to flee.
Yeah,
He's a
he's there so he
liability.
can
That's
ruin
all
everything.
he's there for.
He's there for plot.
Plot convenience.
Oh my god. I always make the same mistake.
Arrowed to the knee.
Well, for people who are just joining us, what we're doing is practicing for the mystery game. The first match is going to be Ardy Lightfoot. That's going to be our main game today, but the players are also practicing a mystery game. They've got 60 minutes to learn Aladdin, these 3 levels of Aladdin that they're playing here. And that will be the second match of the day. The first match, Ardy Lightfoot, is going to start at 4:38. We'll say 4:40 p.m. we'll be kicking off the first match. And it's going to be only 3 matches today because we have 3 players, so all 3 players are going to play in all 3 matches.
Oh, that was just terrible.
Now, how well known would you say Ardy Lightfoot is?
Not very.
Exactly as well known as it ought to be.
Oh,
Some people know Ardy Lightfoot. I know it's got a little recognition, but not a well-known game. And we couldn't find any. I couldn't find any runs besides the TAS. I found a video of the TAS, and then I did not.
I found the task, and then I found what someone was calling a slow run.
Okay, so there's like a let's play through it, a slow run.
A
Well,
long
that's
play?
the thing, is it wasn't let's play. Like, he took no damage the whole way, but he stopped to, like, collect the stars. It was a very strange category of run.
just high execution with arbitrary goals.
Yeah, I've seen people run games like that before, or like people trying to get no death runs of games where they're obviously playing a game that they're not just playing casually. They're you're trying to employ strategy and like learn tactics for it, but they're not necessarily trying to go as fast as they can.
Yeah, I get the feeling that it was nonetheless tool assisted, at least insofar as save states were used, because the play was too good otherwise. But it was a pretty interesting run because it showed you how the game more or less was meant to be played by the developers.
Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes people make speedrun categories of like natural route for such and such game if the speedrun route is so much different and if it's fairly unambiguous what you were intended to do. I don't know. In general, I'm just like any percent for games. I like the idea of just doing it as fast as you can. It seems the least arbitrary way to play it. But I totally understand the appeal of like playing a game fast in the way that people who are watching it would be most familiar with. It's got a sort of, it's sort of satisfying in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't mind the sort of more arbitrary categories just because I just kind of view speedrunning as sort of its own arbitrary goal.
Well, right. I mean, you can speedrun anything as long as the goal is well defined. But when you get into the grand scheme of things, too many arbitrary categories, you just end up with lots of people running different things. It's better if everyone's going to agree on something that you make it. Any percent is always the easiest thing. Because if it's anything besides any percent, then someday people are going to come along and start speedrunning the any percent version, and then it's just going to be more categories. Any percent is inevitable, I guess, is what I'm saying.
That's true.
I don't even know what that was.
So what's the trigger for that bonus game? Do we know?
For what?
Oh, you can't. I don't
For the
think you
bonus
can get
game?
it. You need like 2 scarabs or something.
I got one
So-
earlier, but I don't know how.
They're in the treasure chest.
Oh.
I don't think they happen until the end of the stage, so after you beat the bosses, so you should be fine.
Oh, it's not going to happen in between levels.
So is this the type of game that never refills your health between levels, or are these not technically considered levels yet?
It might between, like, worlds, like after the boss, you might get your health back. I don't remember.
There's plenty of bread lying around in the extra life if you want it. So
Yeah, but they're slow.
Yeah, this FAQ here says the bonus round comes up at the end of any level in which Aladdin grabbed the golden scarab. So
Yes,
it must
the
be
end of
after
the-
the boss,
yeah.
if it's not happening in between levels here.
Oops.
I see Aladdin has like a skidding animation that you can't quite jump out of if you want to try to turn around.
Yeah, when you miss jumps, it's very painful. And by miss jumps, I mean like just run past where you need to jump.
Yeah, Aladdin wants to be time cop, so you know he does that.
Has anyone found a strategy for minimizing the lag at the start of level 2?
If they have, they aren't willing to share it.
I don't know.
I think the best way to avoid the lag is just use eSNES.
Just switch emulators.
Well played.
Oh, this game is actually called Disney's Aladdin. I misnamed it. Oh well.
I always disliked when there's the name of the creator or property owner in front of the actual game name.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it kind of messes with the alphabetical ordering of it because you would look for Aladdin under Aladdin, you know.
Right.
Clive Barker's Jericho. Sid Meier's Civilization.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
Exactly.
Sid Meier's notorious. He's
Doritos
the
stand
Tyler
up, stand
Perry
up.
of video games.
Sid Meier's Civilization. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's because Civilization was a board game before it was Sid Meier's version of it.
Ah,
I actually have the board game. It's a lot of fun. And then they made a computer game of the board game, which was called Civilization. Or I think they might have called it Advanced Civilization, named after the expansion pack for it. Maybe it's one of those Ghostbusters and the real Ghostbusters kind of deals.
Oh wow, that's actually the name of a video game. Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie.
Oh my god.
The official game. Were there
It's in the title.
That was a stupid movie. It took like 75% of the film before they actually had any of the, you know, ape going loose and people fighting it kind of stuff.
You want to care about him before he dies. That makes him more impactful.
Or mostly they just want to show you how much you really don't care about all the other characters in it for an hour and a half.
It's a good contrast.
That's the one thing I really liked about Snakes on a Plane is that they didn't wait 80% of the film before they got to the whole point.
Well, that's
They knew what you were
something
there
to be
for
said.
and they gave it to you.
There you go.
Hey, look at that, remembering to split.
I don't ever remember to split.
I'm not even splitting. I don't care.
Alright, I'm gonna win this!
The only one who submitted a run.
That reminds me, what is the submit button?
It's
Why?
Y.
It'll pop up when after you finish a run. It'll tell you.
Just make sure you don't hit R.
Yeah, that's not the submit button.
I've done that before.
Out of curiosity, why did you put them so close together on the keyboard?
When I was designing the keyboard, I said, I could put R and Y next to each other and be a dick. Yeah, why didn't I do that?
No, why
See,
did you
this
put
is-
This was back
shortcut?
in like 1950, of course, when I made the first computer keyboard.
It's where the German keyboard wins because my Y is swapped with the X.
Yeah, there's a lot of default keys that the emulator defines, and so my options were limited because I didn't want to make it like the save or the load key or something that people would use for some other function. And Y turned out to be a relatively unused key.
Alright.
I mean, I could make it other things, but
I'll buy
It's
that
Y
as good
for
enough.
yeah.
Y for yes, I got the run.
Or yikes, at least I finished.
Yeah.
Why for, why did I die 8 times during this run? And yet I'm still submitting it anyway for some reason.
So I guess there's about 10 minutes more practice?
Yeah, we're gonna about 10 minutes more of practice. I guess I could change the little tagline to say at 4:40 p.m.
And I had Blecky and Jadian's times up, so we can do a little comparison.
Ooh. Okay.
A 143 and a 147. But those are times posted by 2 of our strongest players, so...
Alright. 143, 147.
Well, way to make the run I just submitted feel inadequate.
Really, they should have linked those videos.
I guess, yeah.
On a side note, did the run I submitted get through okay?
Let's see.
Yes.
I see BinaryDragon at 21:29 p.m., which is, I guess, because I'm using UTC.
Oof.
So I forget
Oh,
which
God.
Aladdin is the one that people like better. Do they like is Genesis one?
Oh, don't even.
Is this a whole
It's
debate?
contested. It's contested.
Is it
Very
okay?
contested.
I had, well, for a while I thought that there was a consensus that everyone liked the Genesis version better or something, but the Super Nintendo is the one that I played as a kid, so maybe that's just why I like it better. I don't know.
You can find people who fervently believe one or
Okay.
the other.
I see. All right, it's a hot button political debate. Maybe we can incite some some chat rioting by bringing this up.
Press F to vote.
That was the weirdest jump at the start of level 3 I've ever seen.
Wow, yeah, you were sort of on that spring.
And then I went through the ceiling. Yeah, that was special.
I like that boost off the arrow. That's cool.
That was on accident.
That was accidentally awesome.
Don't admit it. Take credit.
Right.
That was too slow, so he hit me. So you know.
Oh
It
yeah,
worked out.
that's totally an awesome new strat I just found in the last 50 minutes.
Right.
I'm revolutionizing Aladdin running right now.
Dang, I'm still not even close to the wall. I guess I'm pretty close. 149.
That's pretty close.
Oh.
Even with the arrow boost.
Yeah, the hitbox for that spring is way bigger than you would expect it to be by looking at the sprite.
Oh no! This run's dead.
Man, the Castlevania 2 Fortress music always gets me hyped. I would love to do Simon's Quest on this show for something. I'm not exactly sure. The tricky part is deciding what to do, because, you know, a lot of the actual speedrun is, you know, grinding or traveling
Farm
between
50
places.
hearts.
Yeah, farming hearts, or it's traveling between two places that's not particularly, like, tricky to get between, you know, except that you're trying to shave frames up. You know, do we allow we probably want to ban the death drop, or what do you call it, the dropping through the floor glitch would make it a little too hard. But maybe picking one of the fortresses would be good. Those things are kind of tricky to figure out. I mean, it would be hard for a mystery game to have people figure out their way through the fortresses, especially with like weird stuff where you have to get pushed through invisible walls and things. You might need a map, but I think there's some way we can incorporate Simon's Quest into the SGL, I hope.
What? That guy's never hit me before.
Okay, that was a good attempt. That's what I'm going for. Now just replicate it.
It's that
You
easy.
do it once. If you could do it once, you can do it again. Alright, I'll be back in like 2 minutes. And we'll be starting in about 5 minutes, I think.
Sad thing is we're working on the mystery game. I feel like I should still be practicing Ardy.
Mm.
Yep.
Don't worry, you have 30 minutes of more practice.
Is that what we're gonna call that practice?
Yeah. Because we're all going to be running the game after this.
Wow.
Okay.
That was some really smooth springing. Get that consistently.
Oops. Ah, come on. Okay, no arrow boost this time. Good. Yep. Never land on that.
So the hour's just about wrapping up. How are you guys feeling about Aladdin?
Should be good.
Tentatively optimistic.
Should be better than Ardy.
It'll be a nice break. Play some Ardy and then go play an easy game and then more Ardy. I mean, I don't think Ardy's a hard game. I think it's just there's a few frustrating things with the goal.
Have you been playing the same game I have?
It's not that hard. Come on. Well, I mean, I guess I wasn't trying to get through it really fast. I just try to make sure I can get through the goals.
You're gonna tell me stage 13 is not hard. With a straight
Okay.
face.
It's legit hard. Like, just if you're just trying to beat the level, it is super hard. I think I took me about 20 minutes solid just banging my head against it. Someone else said 30 minutes. Someone else said 2 hours.
It took me 2 hours before I got to the top the first time.
Yeah.
I think
It's
it
no
took
joke.
me. Yeah, I think it took me probably close to an hour to beat it. But I always just assume I'm really bad and other people are going to do better at it than me. Maybe that's not always a good assumption.
I was trying to speedrun it the first time, so it took me a long time to beat it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Now, to be fair, in my 2 hours, I did change strategy at least twice before settling on one that I actually learned to get to the top.
Alright, well, speaking of Ardy, you guys want to give Ardy a try? I think it's about time.
Right.
I guess.
Okay.
Fine.
Oh man. The other guy who left, it's his fault we got Ardy. Ah.
Yeah. Right. Just blame whoever's not here. Good
That's
idea.
right.
Alright, let me get the scene set up here.
Gonna go
boy.
face the genie.
Chat, get excited. Everyone's favorite platformer, Ardy Lightfoot,
Yep.
cat thing with the hat with the wings and the Mario overalls and the bird thing. I think its name
He's
is
a
Peck.
penguin. I was able to figure that much out. Peck is a penguin. What the hell Ardy is? My working theory is a poorly drawn aardvark, because the name makes sense.
Ardy the Aardvark, sure.
But there's nothing that actually supports that theory.
So even though no one's ever heard of it, it's actually a decent game. Couple of hitbox detection,
A cup.
you know,
Right.
nuances, but overall, I quite enjoyed it.
What hitboxes?
Yeah. It's a really awesome game, except for hitboxes.
Okay, hold on just a second. I'll be ready in a moment.
Oh, and the cutscenes. Hundreds of cutscenes.
There's lots of little
Yeah.
cutscenes.
There's an entire
And none of them-
overworld, and
Yeah.
it's only used for cutscenes.
And none of them can be skipped. As best I can tell, they're coded so that as soon as you're at like a vertical position or further, they will trigger. So there's no going over them.
Oops. Better. All right.
Suppose we gotta do the whole
Yep.
introduction.
Yeah, I'm just got everything set up finally. So here is the introduction. Okay. So everyone, welcome to SGL number 29. It's episode 29. Going to be our last episode of the 2014 year, but we're going to be starting back up again after AGDQ is over in mid to late January. We'll be starting back up. We have got 3 wonderful players today. We've got BinaryDragon, we got Freeball1, and Hagspam. BinaryDragon and Hagspam have been on the show before. This is Freeball's first time on the show, so we got a newcomer. Good stuff. We're going to be doing, since there's only 3 people tonight, we're going to be doing 3 matches, and each match is going to have 3 people participating. It'll just be 3 three-way matches tonight. The first, let me bring up this guy. Alright, there we go. You see the 3 matches we're going to have here. The first match is going to be Ardy Lightfoot. And the second match is going to be our mystery game Aladdin, which the players have been practicing for an hour. And then the third match is going to be Ardy Lightfoot again. It'll be a different goal than they used for match 1. For the Ardy Lightfoot goals, these 3 runners have been practicing all week for it. So they had a bit of time to prepare, but these are, as always, the games that we pick are games that none of the players had played before or had significant speedrun experience before, so everyone starts out on equal footing. Alright, there we go. So we're about to start the first match. Can all 3 players just hit the reset button so I can make sure the timers are starting in the right spot? 3 is good. 2 is good, 1 is good. Okay. Is everyone ready to start?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
As ready as I'll ever be.
As ready as you're gonna get. Alright, let's set the countdown timer. Cool. Alright, well I'm gonna count you guys down.